My first thing is the light on out there. Is the light on in front?
I see a little red light.
Okay, and well, talk to me now. Move around. That's very good, dear.
Yes. You ready me to put my book up?
This is Rhama in her natural habitat.
Oh, me.
Okay, now if I understand it. Okay, let's hear all the excitement here.
Mayor Neal, you know, we was down at Mayor Neal until morning night.
Okay, Marie, come over and tell me something.
I can't say a word.
All right.
Little action, please.
Yeah, a little action. Let's see, I'm gonna try something here.
Looking at my quarter, I haven't
All of
got
a
time
sudden-
to mess with you.
I don't know, that may not do it.
You don't have the door that comes out where you can see what you're doing?
Yeah, I do, but I've got to practice with this. Yeah,
Oh,
I got Dorothy. Look up this way. There you go.
I'll tell you a little secret about that little window.
She's even sitting in her own
Out.
chair.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear you. Happy birthday to you. Now smile. You got to.
Many more. And how many is
Raymond MB ready for Alaska mosquitoes. This is based on a report given by our brother Foden, who was up there last year and said the mosquitoes were horrendous. So
and we've taken vitamin B1!
taking vitamin 1 and got us a mosquito net.
Yes!
all right, Foden, do you think that'll work, or do you think you need more?
Well, I think that'll work for the face.
They need a floor length model.
Full length.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay.
I can get it. Okay.
They got-
Over.
Well, I don't know if you get them all or not.
Yeah,
I get it shorter all the time.
okay, look this way and smile. I want to go ahead,
Raymond, now don't move it too fast.
go ahead and get two.
Y'all are kind of blurry.
Well, and maybe your eyes. Come up.
No, the faces are not clear. You need to do something.
We're
Good to
You
me.
read that? Any read
See
that?
what you've got. It
Now
like.
you're recording all that.
Oh well, we got to learn.
I say I can't.
See, it's hard to focus.
I don't think that focuses it, but
Yeah, it does. It
it brings you up closer
Yeah.
and further. But y'all can move.
Stop when she gets
I don't know about this new invention. It takes too much time. I thought that's supposed to save time.
If the red light is on, are you recording or not?
Yeah, it's recording. You got your finger almost in front of it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, this is our first day out on our way to Alaska. This is Lubbock, Texas.
Pretty well run down.
Already run down. Yeah,
Half a day.
yeah. All right. So we'll take a little span here. We've also got.
I didn't have my finger on it.
I'm spanning part of the country here. We're on up in West Cliff, Colorado, and we spent the night here at the Church of Christ at West Cliff. This is the building that they have. We were able to come in and stay here next to the building. So this is our second night out on our way to Alaska. Here's Rhama. She's having her cup of coffee this morning, ready to go. But as you can see, we're way up. Goes up a little bit more up to the top there. with ski run. Emma, she's here on top of the pass. We just barely made it.
On Old Lake.
It's Blue Mesa Lake. We're on our way over to Grand Junction, and this is in Colorado. We're traveling along this road here. We've been pretty winding. Been traveling along the road now, lake by last 15 miles at least. Pulled in here to stop a while. Now, and as you can see over, we're getting close to the area of the arches, but we're on the Colorado River, and you can see the peaks over there. Looks like castles. Really amazing structures along here. The formations are really something to behold. As you can, we're here fixing to go see the arches. This is on June the 9th.
Oh,
Joyce sitting here resting up a little bit before she goes.
I'm waiting. Ready to go.
Got this going, ready to go. So we're going to leave here and go to the arch.
It's a short hill. To go to the smooth rock. Continue that tall rock. What we'll see on the screen.
Okay, now why don't that? I can't get it to record. Yeah, the standby went off, but it's not recording.
Do you push record?
Well, that's what I did. I punched the button, but it's not moving.
Set the power switch to camera. You got it on camera?
Yeah.
While pressing the small green button, your camcorder is set to the...
I do not understand it. It's just not recording. Well, now it is. It says it is, but...
It's zooming in, isn't it?
No.
It's working?
Yes, it had that cover on it. I didn't know that. We're at the arches, and we're looking at the formations here. Had a little trouble with our camera getting started here, but this is really quite a view right here.
We're at Park Avenue.
We're at Park Avenue and the arches.
Balanced rock.
There's the balanced rock. Whoop. Balanced rock, as you can see there. Quite a deal. We're going to be going on down the way here. As you can see, there's some more of the formations that we'll be looking at. Quite a deal. We're at It's Alive. There's Rhama. Whoop. She's right there. Park Avenue Trail. We're at the arches. I'm taking a shot here of some balanced rocks. There's one there that's kind of unusual. And as we pan around the area here, you can get a better view of it. And there, I might pull that one up a little. Yeah, that is really something there. And then
we're going on
Far enough for them to come back because we got a long ways to
the
go.
windows.
Millions.
Another sweep of the going down from another direction here, you can get a little better view of it. Very beautiful in here. Panoramic view here just of this huge rock. It's amazing how big these things are. And you can't get a good view of it until you go all the way up to the top. And you can see how big that rascal is. Starting around and make another shot here, we're at a different place. Balanced rock. As you can see, there's quite a bit of formation. And it's, as the other very striking, looks like it's right out of a John Wayne movie. See, that's very spectacular.
What's this right here?
And we're coming up to another rock here. Very big. So way there you can see, I'm going to try to zoom it up a little bit. Oop, a little too fast. Kind of an unusual deal. That's way across the mountain there though. And here we are back to this one. Okay, this is a picture of the picture. I think we can read what it says here. Landmark, see this says, tells you what they are. So hopefully this will show up when we get around to it. And there is the balanced rock over there that I took a while ago. And Elephant Butte and the other. There's Joyce and MB and Rhama walking across to look at the sights. What they're going to do is try to see what they have seen across the way there. And it's kind of hard to pick up stuff when you're traveling around like this. I'll do it like this, see how it works out. I'm just playing with my camera right now. It's kind of hard to know what's what. Kind of an interesting formation right there. And you get on around, you see the balanced rock over the way. Kind of an interesting deal to do that. We'll see how that all works out. Yeah, wait.
I'm glad you're learning.
They're here looking at the sign, trying to figure out what they're looking at. That'll give you an idea.
This is the rise and fall of the arches.
And then you come on around to see back like they're going. We're here over by what they call the balanced rock, which is really kind of an unusual thing. Look at that rascal standing up there. You think it ought to fall just any minute. And you're going around and you've got quite a view on down the way, but we'll pick that up a little later. But we're still in the Arch National Park. I'm going to pull this up a little bit and see what happens. Whoop, that went the wrong way. I'll pull it up a little closer. See how big that rascal is. Whoa, that's too car. But that's quite a deal. We're here at the windows. You can see it in the background. Arches National Park. And I'm going to pull them up a little bit, and then I'll go up. I'm going to pull that arc, that window. As you can see, I can go right on through it. But it's quite an arch there. MB and Joyce and Rhama wasn't able to walk up here. Pretty good ways up. It's got a window here though that's very pretty, but it's kind of the same things we've been looking at, but it's very beautiful. I'll go on back around and pan
Right there.
the area. Okay. We're looking at the delicate arch. This is there, then we'll go up here.
It shows 1500. So I guess
Well, I bet they have
if you want to hike up there, you can.
I bet they have something that carries 4x4 or something. Well, it said it was 3 miles from that point back down there.
Yeah, I see that guy coming downhill from up there.
Right there it is. Delicate arch. It's a delicate arch in the seeing here. One of these arches, these are all around the world, all over this park. As you can see, to keep it in perspective, you kind of have to run it back a little, but it's quite a scene, as you can tell, going around the mountain. More formations everywhere you go. They're sitting in the car waiting on me. They got a little tired. It's the picnic area. Also, where they're trying to find a little water there. They're like camels, hadn't had any water in 3 or 4 days. I'm in Bridal, at the church building in Bridal. Well, I'll get this right here in a minute, right there. In Bridal, Utah. We went to church at Moab, Utah this morning. This evening we're traveling up north, and we're at Bridal, Utah, and we run into another couple here from Texas, the Bridges. They live at Marble Falls, Texas, and that's their rig right there. They're from Marble Falls, and actually he's kind of a circuit preacher, and he'll be preaching tonight here at Bridal Church of Christ. So we're looking forward to hearing him and enjoying our stay tomorrow. We'll go out to Dinosaur Quarry to see the dinosaur remains. So we're looking forward to that. Okay.
We're Leon and Bonnie Bridges from Marble Falls, Texas, and we met the Maxwells here in Vernal, Utah. And they're on the way to Alaska, and we wished we were too.
And y'all are circuit riders, right?
Circuit riders, yeah.
Preaching the word wherever you need it.
Trying to do it.
That's great. Inside the Dinosaur Quarry at Vernal, Utah. And this is inside the quarry. You can see the bones of the dinosaurs that were left here and embedded in the sandstone. And as we look at them, it's quite a deal, a lot of history here. Pull that up, you can see some of the dinosaur bones. As we sweep the area, they're just stacked in here by the hundreds of all different kinds. You can see some of the bones embedded in the sandstone a little better here in the sunlight. So go up and sweep. You can just see the amazing. a dinosaur. There's a dinosaur skeleton reconstructed. Get some idea of the way they looked back in those days. You can get an idea of the length of the tail and everything. Here's Rhama and Joyce and MB. They were looking at this hairy mammal here. As we're panning around, we see this is in a dinosaur museum.
We didn't.
There's Rhama. She's underneath the dinosaur here. Unfortunately, he's waiting. He's hungry. He says, ah. So there's one of the flying something. Yeah, he's ready to get something there. We're back here to this one. This old boy here is a pretty big mammal. Yeah. There you are. They're down by the big grass. Fortunately, this is a vegetarian, I understand. But lurking back in the background there, you can see the others. They're meat eaters. There's a couple of other ferocious-looking lizards, or I guess they're lizards. I don't know what they are.
They're moss chaps.
Moss chaps? Well, I never did. I didn't know that. That's a lizard here that's got fins. He's a mean-looking rascal.
Not a lizard, though.
Well, what is he, Rhama?
He's a lizard-like. Here's his name.
Well, read it off there for me. This one here, boy, he's got a mean-looking tail there with those deals on him. He's a big critter, but his tail's meaner looking than his head on him. Here you get a good view of this one. That's a mean-looking rascal here. And you go on around and you get another one there. That's back on there in the flying one. And you see the other one here, and then back around to the old hairy one back there. This is at the museum in Varnal, Utah. We've just come over the border into Wyoming from Utah. We come by the Flaming Gorge Reservoir, which runs 90 miles. And this is just the big country of Montana that we're looking at here. We're on top, of Wyoming. We're on top of a mountain. We just come up a long climb, but we're still looking forward to a 9% climb. And there's Jim and Joyce.
The winds are blowing up here.
This is one morning here early in Utah. As you can see, the sun is just trying to come up. We spent the night here. Picked up some visitors during the night, but this is in Wyoming, right south of the Grand Tetons.
Oh my! We're still going through the cows. Big cows, baby cows. Not in a very big hurry either. Pokey pokey, we may be here all day. Here they are at the side of us. The Tetons is absolutely beautiful just on this part right here. You can see the road that we had to come through, and we could just barely get through it. MB thinks he nicked something.
This is still up before we're getting into the Tetons, but this is a view up the mountain and canyon here where we're stopped beside the road, and it really is pretty. Okay, Raymond MB is looking at the mountains. This is in the Grand Tetons, but it's a real cloudy day, so we're not able to pick up a lot. We're sitting here at the lake, side of the lake, and shooting up over the mountains, but as you can see, they're pretty well secluded by, or encircled by the clouds, so we can't really see them that well. But hopefully the sun will come out after a while and we'll get a better shot.
Okay, we're at the Tetons. Stopping at, what was the name of the point, Doyle?
Potholes.
Potholes Point. This is the hills that we can't see real good because the clouds are still up in the top. But the snow and everything is beautiful. These three mountains have just been my favorite all the way down the road. Just had to stop and get another picture of them. But they're just beautiful.
Oh, that really sucks it up there.
I found a chair.
Huh?
I found a chair. Down here for the lake.
There's Rhama. She's enjoying the nice cool weather. And then we go around and we see Joyce and MB trying to get warm down by the lake. Enjoying their tour to Alaska. About to freeze, we ain't halfway there yet. This is what we woke up to here this morning in the Grand Tetons. It is snowing right down, and it snowed most of the night, as you can tell. So we're pretty chilly this morning. As you can see, him being there and Doyle. And as you sweep on around, you can see the snow coming down. Very cold, but beautiful. We're here at creek crossing here in Cottonwood Crossing, and we're in the Tetons, and we just got informed that the north gates are closed to get out of the, so we're going to have to stay another day here. Snowed in. Amazing at this time of the year, but we span around. It's a beautiful sight. It's a pretty place to be, but it's sure cold. This is looking down the river. Here, of course, you can see the snow falling. Back around here is a couple of, oh, there they are up close.
Okay, this is Doyle and Rhama standing out in the snow by the lake.
And it's cold.
And they say it is cold.
We're pointed out that way. That's all right.
I have to get.
Are you still running?
There goes the boat.
I guess, I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, you're running if it's. Okay, now, that should be recording.
I'm recording now.
You can see across the lake, but you just barely make out the outline of the mountain. Turn it right this way.
Can't
Yeah.
tell.
See there?
This is a tree. I'll go up it.
Got the ice on it.
Hey, where far up that sucker goes? Yonder it is. Okay, now when I want to stop it.
Just punch the red button. I'm going to zoom this and see if I can pull across the lake, pull up the, yeah. Well, I don't know how good it is though. We're looking across the snow, so it's probably not real good. So I'll push it back. Okay, Rhama is down here found her rock that she's been looking for on the lake. We're looking out over South Jenny Lake. Rhama says she was here 30 years ago at this same spot. Look here, Rhama. Hi there.
Hi.
Tell you one thing, that rock is slick. You better watch it.
MB, look here. What is it you're doing?
That be it.
Just a minute. Look here. Keep looking.
Okay. It's cold down here as well as up there.
I made it standing up, even if it's been years and years.
Better get her right quick before she falls in the water.
Yeah. Look here.
Beautiful.
Tell you one thing, that That water looks cold.
It's pretty cold.
Here at Yellowstone and looking at some of the wildlife that's out grazing this morning. Pull them up a little bit and they went, whoa, see them? Several of them out there. I don't know if I'm getting them or not. Thought I'd pull one up a little closer. Right there's some grazing. What those are. They're out there grazing in the snow here at the Grand Tetons.
This is some of the trees, the heavier snow on them. Couldn't stop long enough to get the picture, have to get it going. That's not going to be good, it's just a blur.
Top it, push your button. Right, you can't stop the middle
Well,
of the road.
pushing the button didn't do anything.
Cut it off then.
Or if I can't read the stop one.
Just can't read it, that's the problem.
No, it's too little. Is it on standby? I can't see the standby.
Okay, Rhama was trying to get a picture of this and fussing at me because I wouldn't stop in the middle of the road to do it. So we'll taking a few winter wonderland shots here just to get an idea of what the trees look like, the snow on them, that kind of stuff. It's kind of unusual because of the time of the year and the fact that we're snowed in here. They've closed the gate and here in the Tetons because of the snow and ice, and so we're just caught here, and I hope that this will be what Rhama's wanting as far as I'm gonna move pretty fast just to get around and get away from them right up so close. Move it back like that, that'll be better. That's why it was so close. So bad I had it too close. This will give us a better view of it. And you can see back down the road, and you can even pan across and get an idea of what we're into here in this 73 minutes. We're at Tetons, and it's finally the sun come out, so we thought we'd get a picture of the Tetons here. I'm going to take a sweep. I understand there's 3 moose down below us here in the meadow. I'm going to go down and see if I can see them here in just a minute.
We're in Willow Flats.
But we're at Willow Flats and taking a little span here. The clouds are beginning to lift. The snow is gone, so we're feeling better about this. Okay, I'm back down a little bit. Still hadn't spotted the moose, but thought I'd take another run here. This is so pretty. Let's get this whole, the clouds are still up around the peaks, so can't see the tops of them, but you can get an idea of what we're seeing here. Very beautiful this morning, the early sunlight. And
They run away.
well, she walked out. I thought it had Rhama there for a minute, but I think I was recording a while ago. I don't know, but just to be sure, I'm going to come back and catch it one more time. Thought I was recording, but I may not have been. So hard to do when you're new at the game. Bring it up just a little. Makes a beautiful shot. And it's especially pretty back here where you have the sun shining on the mountain, if I can get to it. And I guess I missed it. We're at close to the potholes turnoff again, and of course this is in the sunshine, and we're getting a little better view of it. Still lots of clouds hanging over the mountains, so we're not going to be able to get the peaks, which I really wanted to do, but we'll just have to settle for what we can get here. As you can see, the mountains, there's a big mountain there, and the clouds is just up over the peak, and you just can't get it. Beautiful sight, though. Okay, here we are back, and we're at Mountain Lookout. Take a little view here. It's very beautiful. Spectacular views this morning with the snow and the mountains. And hear the birds singing in the background. And it's just a fantastic view. This is taking a sweep of the mountain range. And you can just see how pretty it is. Really pretty. That's where the mountaintop of the clouds, it's kind of interesting that the clouds are, I'm going to try to bring that up some. Ooh, got it way up there. See the peak sticking out up through the mountains, so it's kind of interesting. Very pretty. Spectacular mountains.
We're at Yellowstone and the snow's getting deeper. Guess one reason they closed the roads yesterday? Lots of snow out here. That cleared up where we were. Here's some more of a bunch of the trees. It's just pretty thick along in here. Okay, we're still on the highway going down here, and these trees seem to be covered more than the others. Lots of snow. Just very pretty. We're on our way to Yellowstone. I can't tell when it's...
It's so hard to see in there.
Look at the coloration on
This
the rock.
is Chinese Point. This is in the Yellowstone National Park. This is bubbling water. Go across the way, there's a stream running through here, but you can see another geyser over there. You see the clouds rising, the people looking. But it's quite something. It's a little cool here even this morning. There's MB taking a look, but this is another bubbling here at Yellowstone. Here's the Blue Star. Boiling hot water, clear as a crystal. Here's Old Faithful before she blows, so I thought I'd get a picture of it here and see kind of what it looks like before it goes off.
Don't go yet, Cam. You can wait until it goes all the way to the top.
Old Faithful here, watching Old Faithful at Yellowstone.
Don't go, baby.
Getting ready. Old Faithful, oh, come on, Faithful. Well, couldn't do it after all. There she goes. Old Faithful is going off.
Cool, isn't it neat? Look at it from the bottom. Look at it from the bottom.
Old Faithful, quite a scene. We're a little late. We thought it wasn't going to make it this time, but it did.
Yeah, there you go.
Quite a deal. See that much power cooked up and released every so often.
Mom, that's all.
其实成绩也看不出来的样子。
You see how high it went?
别让，别让，别让，别让。
All right, that's about done its due.
She got like 3 of them.
One done for another time.
It just got. Does it even go higher? What if it like right there? Mom, what if we were right there? What if we were right there? It would
Old
be
Faithful done its
pouring
due
on
one
us.
more time, so I'm going to shut her down and wait for another time. Bet there's 5,000 people here probably.
Did you see how high it went? Told me it was on.
Okay, we're taking pictures of buffalo here. And you can see in the Yellowstone Park, there's an old bull right there. And a little calf. They're right here in the Yellowstone Park. We're in the big country of Montana now. Looking down the river we've been driving along by for several miles now. It's really a pretty river. It's a moving on down too, as you can see, and the mountains are high. We're going down that way. Then we'll go shoot back around here where Rhama's getting out of the RV. We're stopped along the round here. This is a beautiful sight on our way from Yellowstone up into Montana. Here we are taking a little break along here, trying to rest up, get ready. You're what? You're what?
Here.
Horses.
These are the Montana mountains coming into
Big sky.
Big Sky.
Looks like you're pointing that off up to the side. Pointing down, straight down the road.
I'm seeing the road.
Okay. This in Cardwell, Montana, and we spent the night here last night, and some of them hadn't got up yet, but it's a pretty nice little campground. We found this by accident mostly, but it was real pretty, as you can see across the way. It's kind of a nice area, but we spent the night here. And I don't know, Rhama's, I thought she was going to come out, but I guess she's still doing something there in the house. This is the laundry there where we did our laundry last night. This little campground. Pretty nice. It turned out to have everything we needed, the gas, and it was reasonably priced. As you can see, $1.68.9, which is about as cheap as we found. And pan around there so you kind of...
We're going from Missoula up to Kalispell, Montana. Some of the things on the side of the road here.
Look at the mountains coming up. It's in front of us.
And the mountains coming up right in front of us. We're going to try to get a hold of the Caraways and see if we can visit with them a little bit.
Kalispell.
At Kalispell. Hope we catch them there.
And going up to Glacier Park.
Then we're going to Glacier National Park. But right now we're still in Montana.
We're stopped here on top of a mountain in the Flathead, right on the edge of the Flathead Indian Reservation in Montana, on our way to Kalispell up from Missoula. It's a very pretty sight here. We just made a long climb up, and then we were going to fix to go down in this valley and travel a while there. And there's Rhama and the RVs parked back up the way there. We're waiting on we're trying to call the Caraways, the Milton Caraways. They live up in Kalispell, to let them know we're going to be coming through, and hopefully we'll be able to visit with them and go to church with them while we're there.
We're about an hour, about 100 miles from Kalispell.
This is on top of the mountain I was just on talking there, and I just want to make a sweep here. This is certainly a land of contrast. You can almost see the buffalo driving, and back where MB's in the outhouse down there, but you can see the snow-capped mountains over in the distance. So that's kind of the contrast that we're seeing here as we travel through Montana. It's been just one after another mountain. This thing just wanders around, and we'll come back to it all along down through here. I just talking about that white. It looks kind of like the top of one, but I don't know if it is or not.
Have a good spot, did you?
No.
It's not bad right out there.
I went through the gate. I went through the fence. Hold it, it's just on standby. So you punch the red back.
Anybody think it was pretty?
Yeah.
Well, our little Dale said it was 28 miles long.
Yeah, it is.
There's a sailboat.
Yeah.
Ooh, that little island out there is pretty.
Beautiful shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would be.
There's a pull out, but I don't know if you get. I can get to see the water. There ought to be some place you can pull off and get to see the water.
Look how fruit trees.
Businesses with the name with cherries on it, so that we've got to be in the cherry.
You can't do it there, Rhama.
And I'm just making sure it's on standby.
Wait till we go up on the hill.
see where it says stand by.
Well, you got to be able to see it, right? You're not looking at the water.
Yeah, I am. This is a flat head lake in Montana on our way to Kalispell. This river runs for 28 miles here along the road. Really pretty water.
This is the lake that we've been trying to get a good picture of, and so I finally found an overview here where I can stop. Got a power line in the way, but other than that, we're get a pretty good shot of it. The mountains in the background, the valley here. It's a beautiful lake. Here Rhama, she's walking along. Rhama, hey, come back this way. You've gone far enough. All right. Yeah. Flathead Lake.
It looked just like the old guy.
Yeah, we're visiting with the Caraways here in Kalispell, Montana, and we just stopped by to wish them well and get caught up on the news, and they seem to be doing well. Y'all got anything you want to tell us?
Is it back to Texas?
It sure is nice and cool here, and we're just enjoying the life out of it.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait till you see this long about mid-July or August, and be sure and look at all of the beautiful things that follow that I'm sure they're going to be seeing.
Right. Well, it's good to see y'all.
Tell us your address in case I've lost it.
Okay.
182 Arbor, A-R-B-O-U-R, Arbor Drive,
Yeah.
Kalispell, Montana,
Yeah.
59901.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. We're here in Glacier National Park, and we're looking down from one of the rivers here. I don't have the name for it, but as you can see, it is rolling on. The falls here, heading on down the way. Very beautiful. And here we have Raymond and Basil looking over the side. Very rolling on down. Beautiful side here up at Glacier National Park. We're here in Yellowstone, not Yellowstone, but Glacier National Park. Won't y'all sit on that? What's it, a little cold?
It is cold.
You see the falls here from a little different angle, and it's really pretty. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to get the full extent of this or not, because you really can't see down through the trees, but rather beautiful falls here in this river in Glacier National Park. Yeah. Yeah. Found out the name of this river. Or they call it a creek, but I call it a river. It's Mcdonald Creek here in Glacier Park. Very beautiful. As you can see, lots of water coming down. And you go, now we're standing on a bridge actually going across, and you go and see the river running on down. Deep gulch here. Very pretty. There's Joyce and Rhama out on the bridge here crossing Mcdonald Creek. More of a creek here, but such a pretty view. Wanted to get it. I'm sitting up on a huge rock and looking up the river. Down the way and back to a bridge. I don't know if we'll be able to see the bridge. Probably won't. There's another area where we stopped beside the road. Boy, it is really, you see there the tree that's been washed out. It's going downstream pretty quick. More of this river. pull this, see if I can pull it up a little bit and get a little closer shot at that one. Get an idea of this, the force of this river. That's way up there. We're here in the Glacier National Park, and we're up above the clouds, as you can see, and the peaks across the way are been able to see them now for the first time this morning. Very pretty. Look back, sweeping around the mountains. And as you look down, you see the clouds down below us. And this is the way we're going to be traveling on up the mountain. Try to get a shot here back the way we came up. It's get a little view of it. Not a whole lot we can see here because of the traffic. It's back the way we came up. Can't see a whole lot of it because of the everybody trying to get into the parking here, but we'll try to get a little bit of it.
I'll tell you one thing. You don't want to fall over this edge.
We're looking at the glaciers from the top again. We're top of the clouds here.
Stopped back there a while ago, and the lady got out of her car, and she went right out the edge of that thing to get pictures. I said, no way in this world I'd go out there like this.
This altitude.
As much as I get unbalanced, just on
half dizzy anyway.
yeah. I get unbalanced on the
Taking a
level
sweep of
ground.
back the way we came. It's real spectacular pretty. The sunshine on it this morning makes it very, very pretty. And
That is impressive.
try to do a little bit of pull up here. Get you a little closer. Across the way, of course you can't see down because we're looking down on the fog, but that's a spectacular view right there in the glacier. Very pretty. We're looking up a canyon here up the glacier, and the clouds, you can see them climbing up the sides of the mountain. That's kind of an interesting phenomenon. Well, I can't say it, but anyway, spectacular. And they're going up here. But it's amazing how those clouds just kind of hang down in the lower spots here this morning. Looking up the top of the mountain, I'm going to come down slowly here. Hope the sun's not too bright, but you can see the falls there as it comes down. And it crosses the road, goes right on down. See the water going on down, right on down the mountain. Then you look up, come up slowly, hopefully, and look across the way. Let's see what that is across the mountain there.
I think it goes way on down there.
Yeah, you can see the water falling across the way yonder, coming off of that mountain, across way over there. See the water falling, going under the highway, and it falls again. It's kind of an interesting deal. We're stacked up here because they're moving snow off the road, so I'm taking this opportunity to take a shot back across the way. We're delayed here until they can get the snow off the road. Take a little shot here. Kind of an unusual mountain yonder. I think I took that. Real pretty.
Oh.
This is a shot here up on Logan Pass. I just thought it was very pretty. It's a mountain, I don't remember the name of it, but it's, of course, snow's real heavy up here, up this elevation, but it makes for some pretty scenery. We're enjoying our trip up here. It's been quite a drive up. The road's been blocked 2 or 3 places because of snow and blocking the road and everything, but it's very, very pretty. As you can see, every time I think I've seen everything I'm going to look at, well, I find something else to take a picture of. That's just a beautiful sight, that mountain, and through the snow and the trees. It's just a very, very beautiful area. We're really enjoying it. We came by this a while ago in the car, but I had to stop up a ways to take another shot back down the way. I'm going to try to pull in that little point up yonder. This looks like a little point sticking up there way across the way. Interesting. Very, very pretty. Another spectacular view here in Glacier Park. I just had to stop and get out and take a look because it's, you can see the water running, you can hear it in the background running everywhere, painting the mountains, but it's just a real pretty view. And the water's running. I don't think I can pick it up where I can see it, but you can hear it, and it's just running everywhere. It's running behind me and side of me and everywhere. Water, we're at the Continental Divide. Actually, just come over it, so water running 2 different directions. This is a waterfall that's here, and as you can see, it goes on up the way, and you can, I'm gonna try to pull this up a little bit because you can see up the mountain there, there's a waterfall even up higher, and that's coming from way on up in the snow there. But it's coming down, and I'm quite a ways from it, but I pulled it up with my view and come on down. Yeah, if I can find it here. There we go. Coming down the mountain, waterfalls everywhere. We're at a pull off on the side of the road here, and just this, everything here is so lush and green.
We're close to Mary's Point.
Yeah, we're close to Mary's Point. And it's just so lush and green and pretty. The timber down below us, mountain peaks across the way, and just a very beautiful sight. So look down through here of the Glacier Park. Here's looking down the road where we're going to go. It's really pretty and up the mountains. Very pretty. As you can see, you just keep going and going and going and going. It's just really something. We're looking up and then looking down. I may have taken this, I'm not sure, but I don't want to miss it, so I'm going back over it a little bit. It's just such a beautiful sight. You just can't put it into words, so you just have to kind of make sure you get it. Very, very pretty. Just come around the corner here. This mountain was so pretty I had to stop and get it. This is called Going to the Sun Mountain here, and it literally looks like it is. as you go up to it. It's really pretty. And then we come down, of course, to the lush trees and valley below that you can't see that well, but I mean, I don't know how it's turning out, but it looks good from now. It's really pretty. And this is looking back the other way from where I was just looking. And as you can see the mountains peeping over there, over the hill. One mountain right after another. Just had to stop this little mountain stream here. It was very pretty, so decided to stop and get a shot of it. Real pretty. It goes down to Marion Falls. We're about half a kilometer down where it's at. But don't know if we'll walk down there or not. Pretty good hike. This is called the gorge, and it just goes back up and a little mountain stream that's cut out deep down to the solid rock over a period of time. It's real pretty. It's called the gorge. This has about 5 or 6 falls right here in the road. We're here at Mary's Lake. It's making a real pretty scene here with the lake. St. Mary's. Looking down it, it's real pretty here. It's nestled in the mountains. A lot of traffic today, but this lake is really in here, nestled in, really pretty. As you can see, it goes back up in it for miles. It goes for miles back up this way. It's Lake Mary's Lake. Very pretty. Here you can see a little island out there in it. That's kind of an interesting deal. I guess it's just a little rock point crag that's showing up through the water. Crag showing up through the water. We stopped by this little lake here to eat lunch. Had a picnic lunch. Y'all look back. Hey, 3 frogs on the log. Yeah. This is here in Glacier Park. Nice is St. Mary's River. I mean St. Mary's Lake. And you can see very pretty. Rhama says it's Lake St. Mary, so I guess I'll get it right here in a minute. But it's pretty. Great place to have lunch. We've really enjoyed that. Makes a sandwich really good. Y'all say goodbye now. Here's a view that I thought was just extra special. Driving back up, we're going back over the Glacier Park now, and I thought this was just a special shot right here. This lake nestled in here amongst the mountains, and that one snow-capped one directly in front of us. Just a very, very pretty scene. Really awesome. Very pretty area. Going from the same area, I wanted to span up here and pick up this peak. You can just almost see an old bald eagle sitting on that big crag up there. Quite an awesome sight. Beautiful. This Sunday morning, we're here at Milton and Charlene Caraway, and we're fixing to go to church here with them in just a few moments. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Oh, oh, here we go. Yeah, here's the preacher himself. Good morning. Good morning. We're here at Kalispell at Church for Milton, and Charlene worked at the church here, and we just attended Bible class and worship service here. Had a very nice congregation. It had about 175 or more members here this morning, and just had an excellent little congregation here. Very impressed. Very good Bible class and very good sermon, and so we enjoyed it very much. One of the members here at Kalispell has this car. He's a mechanic, redone it himself, him and his son. It's a very good job. It's very impressive. There's MB and Joyce and Rhama. We just came out of the worship service. I thought I'd get them while they were cleaned up. Not typical campers here this morning. This is Monday morning. We're in Cranbrook, Canada. This is our campsite for the night in Cranbrook. And there's MB and Joyce. They're parked over the way there. But it's a nice little park. We're fixing to get ready to go over to Banff and to Lake Louise, and hopefully make it to Jasper today, but we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Here at Lake Louise, and it's very beautiful this morning. Up the mountain we go, and you can see the snow, and well, the clouds has got it covered right now. You could a while ago see the snow look like it's 30 or 40 feet deep up there. Spectacular view of Lake Louise in the Canadian Rockies. There's people out there on a canoe having a good time. It's pretty cool here this morning. But it's, see, this lake's cradled in amongst the mountains. I'm gonna go back around here and see if I can pull up those up here. You can see the snow up there. I don't know if you can.
A helicopter carrier. I probably can't see it.
No.
Now he's gone then.
That you can't hardly see the difference in the cloud and the snow, but that snow is very, very deep up there on the side of the mountain, as you can see. That's probably, from this distance, I suspect it's at least 20 feet deep. You can see how thick it is. All right, there's MB and Joyce and Rhama sitting on the side of Lake Louise. It's nice and cool here this morning. Y'all say, you got anything to say?
Looks just like it used to.
All right, looked like it did last year, don't it? All right. Yeah. Getting a little more Lake Louise here and the mountains. Such a pretty sight.
It would be pretty elaborate for me. You'd like it.
We're here beside it. Okay.
And it's a good photo spot if you want to.
Yes, we're at the Murine Lake. As you can see the sign, I'm just taking a picture here just to get, so we'll know where we were. It's Murine Lake, encircled in the mountains here. Really pretty.
These peaks are beautiful.
Yeah. Rhama, what do you think?
I love it. Right next to the Tetons.
Yeah. I'm going to try to pull something up here that looks interesting. See how the snow is deep up there in that crevice.
You're taller than me.
Yeah, a lot taller.
Look at that blue.
Yeah, it's pretty. Beautiful lake. Beautiful lake. See way down the lake there and across on the other side. It's pretty.
The other side. But back in the... That's not a moose.
Getting a copy of a moose here
See, there's one
at Banff.
Yeah.
He's looking around. He's not real happy with me startling him here.
Get that and running towards you.
Where?
To your left. Got a earpiece. They've marked him.
There's a moose here at Banff. coming across. You can see they got quite a stride. Here's some here. They're a little further away. I'll bring them up a little bit so we can get a little better look at them. Oh, that's a hitch. There was more there a while ago, but I don't see them now. There she is. There it is in the tree. You can see walking through there. There, getting out and open. So they're quite a ways over there, but I'll give you an idea. I'll move them back where they are. Quite a ways, as you can see. This is at Banff, one of the river falls here. Very pretty. Lots of water coming over there. As you see, going down the river. And a pretty sight there as the river goes on down. Really a spectacular view. Go back across here. Joe and Fern and Rhama and I were here last year. When we come back, this is looking at it one more time. Turn around. Yeah, y'all are looking here. Yeah, they're looking at the river fall here, up the way to the left, but I'm looking down the river, but getting their picture. Yes, I'm getting their picture now. They're looking down the river and recording. This is in Banff. This is, well, I'm getting a lot of cars, but the building there is really something to see.
It's my
and of course
chocolate place.
Where Rhama had chocolate last year. This is the Banff Hotel here in Banff, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. This is a place where we enjoyed going one time. We spent some time there with Joe and Fern last year, and want to come back and see it again as we're traveling through. It's a very pretty place, and so we'd like to get that on our film.
We're traveling toward Jasper. This is some of the mountains we're passing here. Just left Lake Louise on our way up.
Come on around, get me driving.
It's not too good, it's shaky.
Okay, we'll cut it off.
And I don't know if that's on standby or not, so I'm gonna push it to.
This is Bow Lake, on the way from Lake Louise to Jasper. This is just a beautiful lake here called Bow Lake, and it's nestled in the mountains. Very pretty. The water is just unbelievable. It's so green. I don't know if you can see on this just how green that is, but boy, it's green. And the mountains are high, peaks up.
Yes, I'm getting this point of snow. This view here is
Just Rockies as far as you can see.
Oh, it's just absolutely breathtaking.
This word, we just came from this direction, and it's a beautiful drive all the way. Spectacular. And I'm gonna see if I can get this. This may be in the sun, so I may not be able to get it. So I'm gonna move rather quickly. But over there is called the Lighthouse, or the Cleopatra's Needle. See if I can, whoop. See where it's at, right there's, right up there. Yeah, it's supposed to be Cleopatra's Needle, or Lighthouse deal. It's way, way over yonder. Very beautiful drive through here. Got there, Rhama. Well, she's not. I thought she was looking out the door, but she's not. I'm going to try to shoot a glacier that's back up here, that's on the road to Jasper. I don't know if I can get to it or not, but you can see it wedged in there. Between there, just a massive amount of ice up there. You can get a better view of it. I can't see the bottom of it for the hill between us and it, but you can see it's backed up a wall, big chunk of ice, huge. Really something. Pretty area. We've stopped here on the road, and this is Bridal Veil Falls. You can see it coming down the mountain. Beautiful.
Saw the bottom a while ago.
We saw the bottom a while ago, but we couldn't stop. This cascades down the mountain. Yeah, let's see if I can pull it up just a little.
This is the top of what we saw a while ago.
You can see it a little better there with it pulled up.
I missed it back over there. I didn't
Well, it was
see
just gushing out a while ago, but it is just a fall, and it's so pretty. Different.
This goes on down and keeps falling, but I can't get it for the trees. But
Bridal Veil
We
Falls.
got to need her to catch her hand. Yeah. Okay.
Man, I don't want to get too cold.
No,
I may
I'm not
fall.
going. I'm not going any further.
Lost my hearing aid. Battery went out.
Bridal Veil Falls coming way from up the mountain there.
Keep screwing.
No, that bottom was just gushing out.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
There. Right there.
It's different levels like that, but it's one.
We're still on the way to Jasper, but these are called the ice fields, and I just wanted to get a panoramic view of the ice fields. It's just massive amount of ice, as you can see here, between the mountains. And I'm going to pull this up a little. This is a glacier, actually, but it's called ice fields. And you can see it's just a tremendous, big area of ice. It's amazing that this time of the year there's still that much ice here, but there is. We decided to spend the night here. We're going to have a test of cold, because look at that massive ice packed up there in the mountain. And we're just surrounded by it, and it's just really going to be cold, but it's a beautiful place, and it's just too far to drive on to the next campsite, so we're going to spend the night here. We got some people from Germany. We talked them into staying there down there. We had trouble communicating, but we finally told them it'd be just fine. Coming down this Swampa Falls. Swampa Falls is a gorge here. You can see MB, Joyce, them over there. There they are. Cold. Water is boiling down, as you can see. Just a boiling stream, I mean, it's falling here quite a ways. It's that same falls, but up from the higher here. It's really, see the water, how forceful it is, how fast it's running down this mountain. Really pretty. We're at Alabaster Falls. See there, here on the close to Jasper. Water just boiling here as it goes down. We're going to go across and get the rest of it on the other bridge. This is beautiful falls. Here's looking at this down here a little lower on the Swampa Falls. You see the water boiling out. It is really coming down. See some of the holes where it's wored out here. You can get a depth of this thing by, this is right below the falls where the river goes on down. You can see the depth of how deep it's dug into the walls here of the canyon. And then they come across the falls bridge, Joyce making her way across. Well, no, I think she's just standing over there. There she is. Well, I believe she is going to try to come on down. Here's the falls from another angle, but really pretty. Lots of water coming over the falls. This is the chute for the falls. See the water coming in there from more than one direction. It's coming in really coming down. Get a little more idea of this thing, boy. It's just really going. Coming from two directions. It's going on down the way. I'm able to get the layers of the rock here. If you notice there, they're really to give you a better idea that they're just layered through time there. They may be too close to get a good shot of it, I don't know. Gives you a good idea of the amount of water that's coming over here. This is another, there's more than one of these falls like this here, right close together. As you can see, it just keeps going down. Very beautiful falls. You go across here, you sweep over. The sun's going to be in the way a little bit, but you can see another one coming over. Very careful. Here's some elk that you can see them. I'm going to pull them up a little bit. Right there, you see the big old horns on them? They're just grazing alongside the road here. Boy, they do have big old racks on them. See, they're not paying any attention to us. There's a big one there. He's we're here at Mount Robson, which is the tallest point in Canada. It's the highest point in Canada, it said. It doesn't look that tall to us, but it's because we've been looking at so many other mountains, I guess, and maybe we're higher now than we was. Well, that doesn't do much for it. I'll move it back. That's Mount Robson. Covered up in Japanese here. You can hear them in the background. Everywhere you go. We're on our way to Prince George, and we stopped here to have lunch. This is a beautiful spot where we've stopped. It's nestled down on the riverbank. You see the river here. I don't know if you can see it very well or not, but this is a nice little area. I'm going to get over and take another shot of the river. This is more of the river where we're beside here. I'm going to pull up something here that's really pretty. There's some flowers all along the river here, and they're purple See if I can get it. Not sure that you can distinguish it here, but those are the purple flowers and they're really pretty. See the water going by a little fast there too. Here's some more of these flowers, and boy, they're just really pretty. I don't know if I can. I don't know, that's probably too close to see how they are, but oop. Get a glimpse of the mountains in the background and the river that we're beside eating our lunch. Very pretty. This is the river we're standing by eating our lunch. It's very pretty. Flowers in the foreground, river in the mountains in the background. Out this morning doing something there at the table. We're parked here, and Ben and Joyce are kind of behind the trees there. But it's a pretty nice campground, and we had a lot of fun last night trying to find a place to eat. We decided we'd eat out, splurge a little. We drove all over Prince George. It's a complicated town as far as, yeah, Mama liked it because it was the Keg. It's a steakhouse. It turned out to be real good. This is where we spent the night. We're at Fort St. John's in British Columbia, about 40 miles out of Dawson Creek. And as you can see, these motor home parks up here are full. And so we're just getting started this morning, had breakfast, so fixing to pull out. See what we can find out today. We're at Summit Pass, which is about 50-60 miles north of Fort Nelson, on the way up to Watson Lake. But this is we just come up a pass here for many miles. It's pretty steep running, rough roads, pavement's not too good. But this is a pretty sight here. There's a lake down there in the distance. See if I can bring it up. Well, I don't guess, yeah, that's like still way over there though. Got some, and we're still not to the top, as you can see. We've got to go on up a ways yet. Had to stop and let Lizzie cool down a little bit. Boy, it's been a rough climb. Rhama looking out over the view that we just came up. What do you think?
Looks big and massive.
Yeah. Swing around here. Me and Josh still in. I guess they're not going to get out on this one.
This is Stone Mountain Park. There's a big rock there in the mountain where I would like to see this, but so far I've only found material on it that says that it takes 5 to 7 days to walk around. So I'm not sure we'll get to see all the big sheep and waterfalls and all in this area.
We're coming up on Summit Lake.
We're coming up on Summit Lake. Part of the mountains here in the Rocky Mountain,
There's one right there.
Here's a longhorn.
Right there's one right there.
Here's a sheep. I can't see him from over there.
Here, right here.
Can't see him through the windshield.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't have much to eat. I don't know where he's eating anything.
Looks like moss growing on this. We're just leaving Stone Mountain, and all these mountains through here look like they're covered in moss. Kind of unusual.
On our way to Moncho Lake.
We'll plan on staying the night at Moncho Lake. It has a big population of 15 there. Supposed to have a lot of wildlife. And I still hadn't found any way to go to Stone Mountain except to hike for 5 days. So, you know where that leaves me.
This is Muncho Lake. The wind's going to be really giving me some noise here because it's blowing pretty good, but I want to take a shot here of this lake. This is Muncho Lake Provincial Park in British Columbia. And you can see it's kind of unusual mountains down the way there. They're gray. Almost looks like snow, and there are snow up on the very tops, but the mountain itself is gray, which is very unusual. We're camped out here. We'll spend, this is Thursday night, so we'll be spending the night here and traveling on down tomorrow, on down the way. We're off of the Alaskan Highway. We're up beside it, looking out over Lake Muncho, and this is a very special view here from the mountaintop where we're stopped. Raymond and I was out running a little reconnaissance here, trying to find a place to go tomorrow to see the animals. They're supposed to be animal feeding from this view spot, but I haven't spotted that yet. We did see a longhorn sheep just a few moments driving up here. This is really a pretty view that you have here out across the mountains, and you can see the lake lodge back down the way. We were there just a few moments ago. We're camped back up from here. Looking here, we're right up to the left, up at the foot of the mountain, and we're just where the lake begins. But isn't that a spectacular view right there? Boy, pretty.
Green water.
Green water, just as green as it can be.
Every kind of tree you can think of.
Yeah, and all kinds of trees and vegetation. We're about 100 miles south of the Yukon border. We're on the side of the road here and just run across this bighorn sheep. He's licking the rock here. They say it tastes like salt. You can see them, they blend in so well with the rocks that you can't hardly see them.
Zoom him in.
They're just, huh?
Zoom him up close.
I've got him up close. And they lick the rock to get the salt out of it. And he kind of ignoring us. He first was spooked a little bit when we first drove up, but now then he's calmed down and going about his licking of the rock. They say this has got a certain amount of salt in it, so they come down here in the evenings and lick the salt. Comes off the rock.
I want to see him go up the hill.
Yeah.
Steep
So I'm gonna put him back where he's at. You can see their feet's working on that rock. As he goes, I don't know how they, but it's amazing how they blend in. You really got to be looking or you don't see them. Hey. I don't believe he just ignored me. He not even a bit afraid of me.
Look how the hair's.
Hey, hello there. We're down here. This is late in the evening. We just closed down for the day, just about, and was down by the lake. The water is just clear as a crystal. Pretty windy today, though, so that's bringing in the waves as you can hear them. But then this goes on up, and you can see it's a snow-capped mountain in the background. Very pretty across the way. And Joyce and me opted to stay in the motorhome tonight. They were a little tired after our long drive, but we thought we'd get out and look a little bit to scenery before we turn in. Water's very blue, deep. Well, it's a greenish blue, but it's very pretty. This is our camp spot here at Muncho Lake. We're fixing to turn in for the night. It's about 10:30, and you see it's still daylight. But up here you have a lot of daylight hours. Joyce and them bees already turned in there over the way there. But this is our spot here, and very cool. You can see the mountains and snow caps in the background there. But we're fixing to turn her in for the night. Well, before I did, Rhama wanted me to catch this unusual knot here on this tree. Kind of unusual. I'll pull it up. Well, I lost it. There it is. That's an unusual knot on that thing. I don't know what it is, but it's got a big old knot on it. It looks bad, but I don't. Some kind of disease caused it, but it's just gone on. The tree went ahead and lived, as you can see, but it's a very strange looking deal there. Getting Rhama here. Well, you got to pull it up a little close there. Let me move her back. Whoop, that's too close. Now, but there's another little picture of that deal there. It looks kind of like Olive's. You remember Popeye and Olive? It looks like one of her knees.
Oh my lands. Olive.
Strange looking tree. Good night, hon.
Good night.
I walked about a quarter of a mile. See these voodoos, or hoodoos they're calling them. They're formations washed out of the rock down here. You can see them along the bank of this creek. They're strange looking. They're still quite a ways off, probably a quarter of a mile. I'm just pulling them up with my viewfinder here so they won't have to walk that far. But there's a stream here, and these are unusual formations, all right. But to give you an idea how far back they are, yet I'll run them back. You can see that they're still drawn up some, but they are unusual, all right. You don't know if the wind did it or the water did it. This is across some Strawberry Flats on the road up to, let's see, where are we going? Watson Lake. We're walking up to the hot springs to take a hot bath, and I think it must be a volcano, but the water's real hot and everybody's bathing in it. It's quite a deal. We're going to walk up there and see if we can get warm in that. It's cold here, but they say it's really nice.
Bring them up here close so we can see them. I think I'm getting them now. They're down there in the hot tub. Okay, I think I'm recording Doyle and Rhama in the hot tub. I'm going to try to bring them up a little bit here and see. Yeah, they're getting closer. Yeah, that's pretty close right there. They're in the hot tub trying to get warmed up.
Boy, it's plenty hot.
That's Doyle trying to show out on his swimming there. Not doing a very good job, don't look like. Moving back. I can't tell if I'm moving back or move them up. I can't tell which is best.
These are the hot baths, volcanically heated, and they are super hot. Rhama and I just enjoyed being in them for a little while. It was really, really good and really refreshing. Makes you relax. It's got lots of sulfur in it, or minerals of some kind. It smells, but boy, it feels. This is the name of the hot springs where we just went in, Rhama and I. It's called the Leard River Hot Springs Provincial Park Campground. Boy, the springs are hot too. Great. This is right out of Whitehorse on Canyon Road. We're up over an overlook, looking down the way. This is on Sunday morning.
Oh, Sunday evening.
Sunday evening. I got corrected there. All right, you're looking down the way. There's a bridge. It takes you across, looks like, down there.
Mile way scenic.
We're going to go on down that way a little bit. See, I'm going to pull it up. I don't know if that's a walking bridge or not. I guess it is. Not sure. But this is the Yukon River, right out of Whitehorse.
Mile wide
We're going to be going on down there and taking a look at that here in just a minute.
Yeah, he's walking across it.
Now,
Somebody is.
this is pretty interesting.
Gee, what I wouldn't want to hike out in that mess.
Joyce and MB is looking out over the, Rhama and MB. Joyce is in the car there waiting on us, and mountain in the background, and this is at that overlook I was just showing you. So this is, we're fixing to go down the road.
What did you say? Like it doesn't look like it. Y'all are just standing there.
Okay, well, we'll check. That help?
Little.
Coming after.
Is it on standby?
No, it's recording, Rhama, Carol. There's this bridge from a closer angle that I was looking at from way up there a while ago. You can see MB and Rhama on that. And we're going to swing a little across here. This is across the Yukon. The water's down there. It's very deep, you can tell, and moving pretty swift for a deep river. Be down there in just a little while. Hey, yay, Rhama! Another view around the mountain. The river coming around. Right out of Whitehorse. Here, jet going over. This is Whitehorse's kind of regional airport here. Everything coming to Alaska has to land here first before it goes into Alaska. This is our home here at Whitehorse. We've been here a couple of days now waiting to try to get my motorhome in to get it worked on. So this is where we've been staying. And MB and Joyce is back to the right of mine in the back, the very back. And as you can see, sweep on down the way. It's a pretty nice place here. And nice park. But it's late in the evening, so the shadows are getting long. But we'll hopefully get my motorhome worked on tomorrow and we can be on our way. This is MB and Joyce's spot here at Whitehorse. You can see he's got his both wheels up off the ground here. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but he got it jacked up here to get level. He got it plumb off the ground. This is our home the last couple of days. It's recording now, so you better hold it up there. You already got it punched on the recording. Okay, you're not going to see it.
We just left Whitehorse and we're on our way to Haynes Junction. Getting back into the snow-capped mountains. I believe it's going to be prettier this way than it was where we was at.
We're beside Haynes Junction, or right out of Haynes Junction, and this is a mountain range here that we've been driving toward for a little while this morning. Just want to get out and take a shot of it here. It's a real beautiful sight in the early bright sun. As you can see, the highway goes on down. I think we're about 40 kilometers from Haynes Junction, but this was real pretty sight this morning, so thought we'd stop and get it. Kind of an interesting deal here. You can see that cloud going up and down there on top of that hill. That's an unusual deal there. I don't understand what's causing it, but it just been kind of pumping up and down there. But it's also, we're just beside the road here, across, looking back the other way from the mountain range, but this is kind of an unusual sight.